Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale. Shannon. Riddick. Big Daddy. We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
I'm so giddy. So excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup, and here we go. So here we go. Should be a good one. They both want a knockout, you can tell. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Look at the redness on the body from all these hooks. Nice counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
No rest for the weary. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Swing and a miss with the jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the... And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Even I've... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. Excited to be here for this one. I'm Todd Grisham. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
And Juan Manuel Mar.
This bout is scheduled for...
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Can't find a home with that jab. That left hook misses. The perfect counter lands. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. How about that time counter shot? Terrence Crawford just got rocked. How did they not go down?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That counter shot lands. There's a counter shot. It is standing room only. Every seat has been sold in this amazing theater.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance without...
Here we go for round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That hook doesn't score. A perfect counter shot. The right hook just missed. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. A perfect counter lands. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Can't score with that hook again. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They blocked that right hook. How about that time counter shot? Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
You get posted for this entire fight, and now you've lammed back in. Now it's going to be a tough stick in a...
On to the fourth we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
So much firepower here. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. A chance to make history. That was the moment.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
They're both trying for a knockout. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. He threw a punch and just got countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to... Did you see that? Crawford's legs are all over the place. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just... Time for the fifth round. They exchange punches. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? The straight right just misses. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Nice work to block that right uppercut. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know.
Here's the bell to start round 6. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
He blocks the hook. Let's see if they go to the body. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he blows you down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
I've got to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles. And there's the bell for round 7. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them?
Oh my God, Johnny! Crawford got hit hard and down he goes! A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
Where?
1, 2, 3.
their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points for losing the round.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial. And they're back at it again here in round 8. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. He misses with that jab. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Good counter punching. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.
Welcome into the WBC arena. We've been waiting a long time to see these two get it on. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. So here comes Kid Galahad. He's 5'7" with a 66.5-inch reach. And facing him in this bout, it's the Jackal himself, Carl Frampton. He weighed in at 54 kilos. He stands 165 centimeters tall with a reach of 157.
Brawlers are a nightmare. You've got to be strong and fit. Use that long reach, use that long jab. Do it that way, you'll be safe all night.
And here comes... It's Carl the Jackal Frampton. Whether it's super bantamweight, featherweight, or super featherweight, he is a real danger, as tough as they come.
Look at this. These fighters are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, fighting out of Sheffield, England, here is a featherweight champion of the world, Kid Galahad. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Belfast, Northern Ireland, introducing a super bantamweight and featherweight champion of the world, the Jackal, Carl Frampton.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And there's the bell for round one. Back and forth they go. These two fighters are made for one another. One punch could change everything in this battle. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That's another scoring shot. How about that time counter shot? He threw a punch and just got countered. Good defense with that left jab. Nice counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath.
Get out there and switch on.
And there's the bell for round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Beautiful counter shot. That left hook won't score. Nice counter shot. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This is a high-octane battle. That big hook doesn't land. miss with that jab. That counter shot lands. Good defense with that left jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. He is down big time on the score.
Wow, it was like two different.
On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. And down goes Galahad. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Give me your glove.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Oh boy, Carl Frampton now in some serious trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
That counter shot lands. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knock. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to blossom.
Misses with the jab. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Can't find a home with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Hold it right there. This is not where Carl Frampton wants to be. Those counter punches have to hurt. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Frampton in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's coming out for another round.
Unbelievable heart, knocked down twice.
Great work. I love it. I love it. That jab's slick.
Get your focus back, get that jab back. Just box him. Just be smart.
That right hand's beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. Start sticking a few.
It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on, you've let him back into this.
On to the fifth we go. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. These two were made for each other. Swing and a miss with that hook. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Needs to put some combination work together. 1 punch is good, 2 punches better. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Come on, you've let him back in the fight. You're much better than this guy. You're much better. He's not in your league.
Nice round. Good round. I like it. I'm happy. Good man.
Got him this round. Right, let's go out there.
Here we go in the 6th round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Come to me.
So they'll make it up and this fight continues.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Good counter punch. Need to pick things up here in the 2nd half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being 2nd place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
This fighter is not interested in throwing 1 shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
That jab doesn't score. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. talk about Frampton in that last round.
Well,
Well, this is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice. Here comes round 7. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
That jab doesn't score. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see 2 boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when it catch you.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Don't be looking at for one shot.
Round, all right? It's only 1 round that you've lost. Don't worry about it.
He's not getting back up. You stay focused now.
And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use flame over brawn.
These 2 are the perfect dance partners.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
So much firepower here. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Has to be careful for that receipt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart. Smarts, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. Add every round in the bag. There was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.